Hi everybody, it's me again, and welcome to vlog number 4. It's been very interesting for the duration that I've been doing these vlogs that I've been getting lots of comments on my voice, how I got it to sound so good, and if I had tips for other people, and just basic comments on how great I sound. So that's what the topic is going to be today, my voice. So I'm kind of at a loss on how to answer people. If you've asked me, I've probably given a comment back saying that I really don't know how I found my voice, and I really never thought it sounded good, because I always thought my voice sounded like crap. I just tried to live with it. So I mean, I always thought it was terrible, but you know, if it works, it works. And you know, so I used to say all the time that even if my parents were totally in favor of my transition, even if they planned to back me and support me in every way, my voice would still be holding me back from going full-time. So, you know, I tried everything besides getting a professional voice therapist. But I tried, you know, ordering this voice training DVD, and I have a voice training VHS tape, and I downloaded examples off the internet, MP3s and such, and various other reading material, either that I found myself or friends sent me trying to give me some help. And I even got myself a little voice recorder so I could, you know, tape my voice and listen to it and try and see how I sound to other people. But, you know, nothing really seemed to work. There was always something just a little bit off about my voice. I'm not sure what I would call it, masculine undertones, or, you know, baritone backgrounds or something. I mean, even when I listen to my vlogs, there's still something wrong with the background or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, after all those things failed, I just decided that the only way I was going to get it was practicing my voice. Just use it more. So at work, the job that I had last, I was a cashier, and every customer that came through, I talked with my girl voice. And since I didn't really have to talk to any of the other employees, it really didn't matter. If the customers thought I sounded weird, well, they were leaving in a couple of minutes anyway, so it really didn't matter. But it seemed to pay off. You know, my shifts were usually 6 or more hours, 6 to 8, somewhere around there, and the whole time I was using my girl voice, and it seemed to be helping me. So I just kept doing it. And then after a while, God only knows why, I got myself a girlfriend. I regret it to this day, but you know. So anyway, I got this girlfriend, and apparently I had spoken to some people she knew, some friends. I think I spoke to her cousin once using my other voice, this voice, and of course they went running to her and, you know, asked her, what the heck is with your boyfriend's voice? He sounds like a girl. And well, she wasn't really comfortable talking about that, and you know, she didn't want to be, you know, answering any of those questions. So she begged me to stop talking like this at work. She's like, I don't care where else you do it, just don't talk that way at work. So just to make her happy, I did. And then I got a head cold, so I couldn't even talk like this if I wanted. So anyway, without a good way to practice my voice for 6 or more hours, it kind of fell into ruin. I turned down lots of phone calls from people because I didn't want them to hear my voice. I turned down potential boyfriends who wanted to call me on the phone because I didn't want them to hear my voice. And I even stood up a guy that knew I was trans, and you know, he wanted to take me out on a date and go out and eat and all that. You know, and we had, you know, met before, and you know, kind of cruised around in Sioux Falls, whatever. And yeah, we got along great, but I also got, you know, my first kiss from a guy that night. Nostalgia. Anyway, so we were supposed to go out to eat Valentine's Eve, but I was so terrified to order in this voice that I didn't go. I kind of stood him up flat out, and yeah, I said I was sorry, but he doesn't really want to hear it at all. We haven't spoken to each other since, so oh well, live and learn. But then I had another guy who was interested in me, who lives in Las Vegas, and he wanted me to come visit him. We got along great, but he didn't know that I was trans at all, not a clue, because we met when I really wasn't open about that. So he didn't know, and I was kind of sick of work, and I was kind of sick of the weather, and I just wanted to get away for a while. So I took the offer, got on a plane, flew to Las Vegas in the end of January, and you know, I took his offer after speaking on the phone, because that had to be done before I left, finalized plans. But I told him that when I was in a Taekwondo tournament, because you know I am in Taekwondo, that I got kicked in the throat and lost my voice for a whole week, and then when it came back it was still a little iffy and didn't really sound right. Of course, that did happen to somebody that I know, so it's not like unheard of. It has happened. But he saw nothing odd about my voice at all. I mean, I spent the whole week there talking in my girl voice the whole time, and he never suspected a thing. So I figured, hey, my voice must be good enough. So as soon as I can get myself a place to live, and hopefully maybe an understanding roommate, or a roommate who's trans herself, whichever happens first, I'm going to go full-time without a second thought. And as for tips, one thing that might have helped is I do impressions a lot. Even when I was a kid, I used to do impressions of people. I can do a great Paris Hilton, by the way. And that might have helped exercise some vocal cords that otherwise wouldn't get used at all and would become weak. And you know, so maybe my higher vocal cords get more used than most people, so it's just easier to find my female voice. But whatever it is, whatever I've been doing, it's been working so far, so I'm going to keep doing it however long I need to. And just for people that want to hear where my voice came from, yeah, here you go. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. Anyway, just in closing, but I guess doing these vlogs has been helping a lot too, because I get practice doing these using my voice, so I don't know what it is, but anyway, whatever's doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. So for all the people who like these vlogs, don't expect them to go away anytime soon. And just for a little ending side note, my sister was back the Sunday before last, and she was there with her kids. They wanted to visit this friend that was back for R&R from Afghanistan after being there for, you know, a year and stuff. And I was sleeping because I had worked that night, and you know, had to work that night as well. So I had just gotten up, and her and my mother were rummaging around, whatever, and she caught me coming out of my bedroom and said something like, you know, "You're my baby brother, you're my baby brother." And I just kind of rolled my eyes and said, you know, that's all subjective, because it is. And of course my mother was sitting right there in the chair, and without missing a beat, she said, "No, that's your baby sister." And so I couldn't have been happier. I just said thank you, and you know, just beamed a huge smile, because you know, they are getting better, like I have stated before. It's just, it's going to take a while, but you know, at least they're showing some effort. And she called me like goofy girl, I think, this morning, so it's getting better, but you know, it's still got a long way to go. The minute I start doing anything girly around them, I'm sure I'll be met with opposition. So anyway, that's about all the news that I have for now, and I guess I will see you in 2 weeks. So bye bye everybody.